Hello, everybody, and welcome to Youth Connect Friday, June the 11th. I'm Aiden.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Joshua.
And I'm Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. I hope you are having a wonderful Friday. As per usual, we will be having some entertainment news, some sports news, some animal news, some gaming news. But you know what? To start us off, we always have to do our gaming news. So, you know what we have to start off with, guys? We have to do our Spotlight Game of the Week. A game that I really want to shine the light on and I really want you to try out. So, today's game is called... Oh, hold on. Uh-huh. No, I get it, yeah. Oh, okay. Quick change, guys. We have something even more insane than a Spotlight Game of the Week. And it will actually have to overwrite it because guess what? It's so important. Now it's going to be split into two parts. But I'll talk about the first part. Happening right now is called something called the Summer Game Fest, which is Summer Game Fest 2021. And I bet some of you are probably wondering, what is this Summer Game Fest? Well, let me tell you, it's kind of like E3, but it's essentially a series of live streams or live stream events designed to showcase upcoming games. Like, for example, Ubisoft Forward, which will be showcasing Ubisoft games, which is scheduled actually tomorrow. We have Microsoft and Bethesda showing off their games, which is happening on the 13th. And EA is also going to be hosting a Summer Game Fest as far as July the 22nd. So it's a huge thing. So if you guys really want to know the latest Xbox, PS4, PS5 games, or even PC games, this is an event that I recommend that you guys check out because every single day is going to be new stuff. Ubisoft tomorrow, Xbox and Bethesda the day after, and then EA does theirs on the 22nd. So, honestly, I'm going to have to check out tomorrow. And for all of our gamers out here today, you know what? Be prepared because your weekend's going to be filled with brand new games that are coming out. Anyways, next up, we got my co-host Kevin, and he's going to share with us some local Ontario Canadian news and weather.
Good afternoon and welcome to this edition of Youth Connect. The time is now 3:30. I'm your host, Kevin Aruja. But now, the headlines. Ontario reports fewer than 574 new COVID-19 cases as first step in reopening plan begins. For government to invoke notwithstanding clause to pass 30-party campaign spending rules. Ethic Committee calls for sweeping reforms in wake of weed charity scandal. National expert group expresses concern about province COVID-19 reopening plans. And Japan leans towards holding the Olympics Games with local spectators. Ontario is reporting than 600 new cases of COVID-19 on the first day of its partial economic reopening. The Ministry of Health said there were 774 new instances of the disease caused by the novel coronavirus confirmed on Thursday, along with 4 more deaths. The number is now from the 914 cases reported on this day last week. The positivity rate also continues to hover around level not seen in months. On Thursday, the province labs processed nearly 29,000 individual tests, and only 2% of them came back positive. It is the third straight day with a positivity rate of around 2%. That prior to this week, the number had not been that low since late February. The 7-day average for the positivity rate is 2.6%. The Ford government says it will recall the legislator Thursday in order to use the notwithstanding clause to override a court decision that blocked the government from imposing US restrictions on the third day campaign advertising. An Ontario Superior Court judge struck down the Ford government's changes to the election's finance on Wednesday. The government had sought to double the restricted pre election spending period from 6 months to 12 months for third party advertisers. However, a coalition of education unions challenged the expanded period in court, arguing that it would have a chilling effect on their constitutional rights to free expression for a full year before a provisional election. The notwithstanding clause is a rarely used power that allowed the provinces to pass a law that may conflict with rights enshrined in the Canadian Constitution. Ford has threatened to use it to pass legislation in the past, but has not done so. A House of Commons committee is proposing a sweeping series of reforms to the way the federal government makes decisions on contracts after releasing a report on the We's charity scandal. Among the nearly 2 dozen recommendations in the 116-page report tabled today, the Standing Committee on Access to Information, Privacy and Ethics is calling on the government to not award any contracts to the We Group until an independent audit or a CRA forensic audit can determine how money flows between its charitable operations and their multitude of signed companies and real estate holdings. The committee also recommends that the government no longer award contracts to shell companies that lack assets in order to avoid liability. During the We scandal, it was revealed that the federal government's $912 billion that with the We organization to run a students' volunteer program was actually with Charity Foundation, a shell company set up by a We charity. The donation was set up to hold real estate assets, but those assets had not been transferred to the foundation when a deal with the government was signed. Some provinces hit hard by the wave of COVID-19 pandemic have moved towards shedding more public health restrictions, but a national group of experts is calling for those governments to slow the plans down. Zero COVID Canada sent a letter Thursday to our premiers of British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, and Quebec to express our deepest concerns regarding the reopening plans. Each new variant has the potential to evade vaccination efforts, and we need to protect our efforts to date. The group also noted that the variant has already caused multiple outbreaks in Canada, including the Foothills Medical Center and Calgary, as well as a spike of cases in the Peel region outside Toronto and in Manitoba. The final target calls for 80% of the population to have one shot and 75% with two shots by Labor Day. In that case, most business, service, and facilities would be able to open with limited restrictions. Japan is leading towards allowing domestic spectators at the Tokyo Olympics despite the COVID 19 pandemic. Media reported on Wednesday with organizers planning to monitor the movements of foreign media to prevent the spread of the virus. More Japanese government officials and 2020 Tokyo Olympics organizers are in favor of the holding the games with local spectators as COVID-19 vaccines are rolled out and case number decline. The Asahi newspaper reported, without citing sources, this is in a contrast with the propositions about a month ago when there was an atmosphere among Prime Minister Yoshide Suga's administrations that the games starting July 23rd needed to be held without spectators. Foreign spectators are already prohibited from the Olympics, and organizers will finally plan for spectators before the end of the month. The Summer Games have encountered strong opposition from the public and medical experts over concerns the event could lead to more infections and overload medical facilities, even with insurance from Suga's administration that can be held safely. In today's weather forecast, we've got cloudy with sunny break. The temperature is 25 degrees centigrade. On Saturday afternoon, we've got another cloudy with sunny break. The temperature will be 24 degrees centigrade. That's all to report on weather. Have a great weekend, folks. And now for the see you for next week. Now back to Aiden's gaming news.
I gotta say that variant does kind of scare me. Every time a new variant comes, it just what it should scare you. It's a very serious thing. But best thing, guys, wear your mask. Even if you're outside, just be careful. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Make sure that you do the best of your ability to keep yourself safe. Make sure social distancing. Other than that, you're pretty. You will survive. So we talked about the Summer Game Fest, which was the one half. Now I'm going to talk about the other half, which honestly, as a Nintendo fan, I really am excited about. So if you well, that was crazy. I don't know what just happened there. Technical difficulties, man. They're so wonky at times. Anyways, if you guys are the average gaming fan, you guys know E3, right? E3 is the same thing as Summer Game Fest. It's the same as Summer Game Fest, which allows you to share, or actually allows big companies to share their games and show game showcases around the world and basically kind of be like, check out this game, you might be interested in it. But the difference between E3 and Summer Game Fest is that E3 has Nintendo. So Nintendo tomorrow is going to be hosting their Nintendo Direct plus their Nintendo Play, or I think it's called the Nintendo Treehouse or Playhouse. Sometimes they change the name. And that means it will be jam-packed with Nintendo-themed games and Nintendo-themed, you know what? Sometimes they have like Nintendo-themed clothing at times, but it's apparently supposed to be a massive Nintendo event. And the most important part is that there might be a new Smash fighter coming at E3. Actually, it's been fully confirmed that there will be a Smash fighter at E3. And honestly, guys, I feel like that's super exciting because, come on, man, Smash Bros, it's kind of gone a bit quiet, and I've been waiting for a while, so it's going to be nice to get on. I wonder who it could be. Could it be Among Us? That would be kind of sussy. Who knows? Anyways, though, we got Joshua, and Joshua has with us some world news and, of course, our very favorite animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Youth Connect. Here's what's happening around the world. India eases COVID restrictions as infections hit 2-month low. The roads of India's sprawling capital city were choked with a traffic on Monday for the first time in weeks. The lowest daily coronavirus infection numbers in 2 months have led the government to ease restrictions implemented in several areas as the nation grappled with the deadly second wave of the virus. Major cities, including New Delhi and Mumbai, allowed many businesses to reopen and police checkpoints were removed, bringing the usual throngs of traffic back onto the roads. India reported 100,636 new COVID-19 cases and 2,427 deaths on Monday, a significant decrease from the record 414,188 cases registered on May 7th. The country's total caseload has crossed 2.8 million to 2.8 million, 28.9 million, with 349 deaths, 49,186 deaths, according to officials' government data, but many experts believe the actual number could be 5 to 10 times higher. In Delhi, stores in shopping malls and stalls at markets were permitted to reopen on an odd, even basis, taking turns to business on alternating days. Depending on address numbers, Delhi's subway system and private offices were allowed to start operating again at 50% capacity. Japan moves forward with Olympics despite COVID crisis. As Tokyo marked 50 days until the start of the Summer Olympics, most of Japan is still under a COVID-19 state of emergency. Tokyo unveiled this year's gold and silver, bronze medals and winner podiums with pomp, even though many Japanese say the games should be called off. The chief organizer said the games that were supposed to be held last year cannot be postponed again. In an interview with BBC, Tokyo 2020 President Seiko Hashimoto said all athletes will be in a bubble to defend their health. The pace of vaccination has been slow. Japan vowed to administer 1 million doses daily. It is currently only giving 500,000 per day. More infections and deaths are happening now compared to when Tokyo froze the games in March 2020. Tokyo expects 15,000 athletes from about 200 countries and thousands of coaches and officials and journalists. Earth just gained a fifth ocean. National Geographic has announced they are officially recognizing a fifth ocean known as the Southern Ocean, which encircles Antarctica. The nonprofit organization announced the move on the World Oceans Day on Tuesday, saying since National Geographic began making maps in 1950 in 1915, it has recognized four oceans: the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Arctic Oceans. Starting on June 8, it will recognize the Southern Ocean as the world's fifth ocean. The National Geographic Society geographer Alex Tate said in the announcement that the Southern Ocean has long recognized by scientists as forming as a distinct ecological region defined by ocean current and temperatures, but was never internationally agreed upon as distinct body of water. This announcement makes the Southern Ocean the smallest in the world, the second smallest in the world, only larger than the Arctic Ocean. Turning to a heartwarming animal interest news. Hero rat who sniffed out dozens of landmines in Cambodia is retiring. Magawa, an African pouch rat, is retiring at the end of June after successfully tracking down dozens of landmines in Cambodia and potentially saving many lives. The organization has trained him, announced Friday. APOPO, an acronym in Dutch meaning Anti-Personal Landmines Removal Product Development in English, is a non-profit organization based in Tanzania that trained Magawa to find landmines. According to the organization, Magawa was found 71 landmines and 38 items of unexploded ordnance in his 5-year career to date. He helped clear more than 225,000 square meters of land the size of nearly 32 soccer fields. Magawa's efforts earned him a gold medal last year from the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals PDSA, a veterinary charity in the United Kingdom, making him the first rodent in the nonprofit's 77-year history to earn the distinction. The rats who the organization refers to as hero rats are the only animals that can safely detect landmines because of their light weight and sense of smell. They're also much smaller. They're also much faster than people at finding them. PDDASA said Magawa can search an area of tennis court in 30 minutes, which could take a human with a metal detector up to 4 days. More than 60 million people living in 59 countries from Cambodia to Zimbabwe live in daily fear because of landmines left behind in previous wars, according to Apopo. This is Joshua Shore reporting for Uconnect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
Small. Anybody can be a hero, and I can't believe it. You know what's nice, guys? They're treating it as if it was a living thing. Some people don't treat animals as living things at times. So it's so nice to hear that this rat is going to retire. Basically meaning that it's been serving its country, and it's been doing such an amazing job, and it finally gets to have a break. So it's so nice to hear that. Gosh, that warms my heart. Just a rat, guys, a rat. Did you expect a rat to save people? Rats are pretty smart and pretty strong. Anyways, guys, we got to do our board game of the week, which is similar to our video game of the week, which we couldn't do because of such important events. But our board game of the week that we can do, and today's game is pretty cool. It's called Watch Your Mouth. What a weird name. So Watch Your Mouth is a hilarious mouse guard party game originating in viral videos, which in this laughter-inducing competitive card game, teams of players hampered by those weird-looking cheek retractors attempt to read and interpret or speak out phrases, and hilarity ensues. Sounds great, right? And guess what? It's great for ages 8 plus and with virtually unlimited players. There could be 500 players playing this game. That's crazy. Watch Your Mouth is a must-have for any gathering, party, game night, or like family night. And guess what? Their mouthpieces are FDA and CE certified, so you guys don't need to be worried. Their cards are thick and durable, so they are very good for traveling. And their community apparently is second to none, with a variety of phrase packs available ranging from family safe to adult only. You know what? There's something for everyone, and you know me, guys. I love it when it's inclusive, very important. So this game comes with a warning. You want to know the warning? You will have stomach cramping, eye-watering laughter. That is a very frequent occurrence, and you should be very careful. Apparently, it's one of the funniest party games there's been. You can learn it in seconds, play it for hours, and create lasting memories with your friends and family. I actually have tried this game before, and honestly, your mouth gets slathered, so make sure that you wash the pieces. Please wash the pieces after you're done using them, because it will get drooly. Anyways, we got Nibras, and Nibras has with us some entertainment and movie news.
Hey Aiden, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. Hello everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan and I'm your host for the entertainment news. Let's get straight into our top story. And the top story is about the show Manifest. Manifest is an American supernatural drama television series created by Jeffrey that premiered on September 24, 2018 on NBC. The series centers on passengers and crew of the commercial airliner who suddenly reappear after being presumed dead for 5 years. In October 2018, NBC ordered an additional 3 episodes of the series, bringing the first season total up to 16 episodes. In June 2020, the series was renewed for a 3rd season, which premiered on April 1st, 2021. Montego Air Flight 828 from Jamaica to New York City experiences a brief period of severe turbulence. When they land at Stewart International Airport in Newburgh, New York, the 191 passengers and crew learned from NSA Director Robert Vance that over 5.5 years have passed while they were up in the air, during which time they were presumed dead. As they reintegrate themselves into their present-day society, the passengers began to face the fact that their lives and their loved ones are not the same as they were before, while they also began to experience guiding voices and visions representing events yet to occur, referred to as callings. So, if you like fantasy dramas or shows that have visions, superpowers, right? This show's for you. So the show's name is Manifest. You can get it on Netflix. So my second news is about the Speedcubers. The Speedcubers is a documentary on the lives of the speedcubing champions Max Park and Felix Zembix. Some of the footage was shot at the World Cube Association's World Champions 2019 held in Melbourne, Australia. The documentary's main focus is the rivalry and the friendship between the two of the fastest speedcubers in the world, Max Park and Felix Zembix. Announced in June 2020, the film was directed by Soo Kim and premiered on July 29, 2020 on Netflix. This documentary captures the extraordinary twists and turns in the journeys of the Rubik's Cube. On February 9, 2021, the documentary was shortlisted in the documentary short subject category of the 93rd Academy Awards. At the 5th Critics' Choice Documentary Awards, The Speedcubers was also nominated for the Best Short Documentary. The film was also received the nomination for the Peabody Award under the documentaries category. So if you like Rubik's Cube, so here's a story time. Okay, so I always loved Rubik's cubes when I was a kid, right? But I never solved it. So comment down below if you solved the Rubik's cube, and if you like Rubik's cube or competitions, this show is for you. So my third and last story is about Lego House, the home of the brick. Lego House was under its way for 7 years and has tickled the curiosity of creative Lego fans all along. The process was followed by a camera crew and has resulted in a great documentary that is now airing globally on Netflix. So some of you all already might seen it in closed events, but now it's out here for everybody. You can discover the fascinating Lego spirit manifested in the ultimate Lego building on all Netflix servers globally. The original idea behind the Lego house came from Giles Kirk, a dream for the Lego group, and from the town of Billund, town in Denmark. A unique journey into the making of a house built on a foundation of dreams. This is a construction diary unfolding the endless possibilities of the Lego brick. The concept has all the way to build a Lego house which would offer the most amazing hands-on experience and inspire guests to embrace creativity. This includes one-of-a-kind architectural idea by Big and Bjork Angels, a company, a restaurant that serves the food by robots, 25 million Lego bricks, and dedicated staff that tries, fails, and revises ideas in order to reach the company's motto. Only the best is good enough. So if you like Legos, I have seen the documentary. It's amazing. There's so many Legos. The whole house is built on Legos. If you like Legos, you should watch this movie. So that's all from me, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nibras Khan. Let's do this again. I'm sorry. That's all from me, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nibras Khan, and that's all from me. This is Nibras Khan. I'm messing up. Back to it. I'm very sorry, guys.
Don't worry about it, Nibras. You know what happens to us all? You know what? I learned something from you. Do those tongue tires. It'll get your tongue all untied. It helps a lot, and it helps just like also take a deep breath before talking. Kind of like resets the brain. Anyways, though, guys, we gotta add the cherry on top of our Youth Connect with Jeffrey, and Jeffrey has with us some live music. Are you okay?
Thank you so much. Sorry, my internet went out. They're doing construction on my street, so sorry about that. When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. And if I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles and got to at you too. When I'm walking, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working out for you. And if the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's coming home to you. And if I grow, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing over you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles and got to. When I'm lonely, yes, I know I'm gonna be the one who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, yes, I know I'm gonna dream about the times when I'm with you. When I come home, baby, I'm gonna be the man who's coming home to you. If I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's going out for you. I'm gonna be the man who's going over you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles and walked through at your door. Da 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 da. And I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles and walked through at your door.
That was awesome. My goodness. You know what, Jeffrey? I will walk 500 miles with you. And honestly, that song is just nothing. That is such a good song. Oh my gosh. And you know what? It's even better when you're singing it, Jeffrey.
Thank you so much.
This was such an amazing show, guys. Again, I hope that you guys are really excited for any of our gamers in the live stream right now. You know what? It's a very, very jam-packed week, and I hope that you guys tune in because do know I forgot to say this that the Summer Game Fest for Ubisoft is happening tomorrow, and the Nintendo Direct is happening tomorrow, which is insane. And you know what? I gotta thank my co-host. Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Nibras, and thank you, Joshua. You know what, guys? Just again, Youth Connect wouldn't be the same without you. And remember, for all of our audience, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
Also, make sure to check out our social media on Instagram, which is at Youth Connect Live. Make sure to tune into that as well. We release some stuff there and here and there. It's nice to get that. It's nice to get it out. Maybe take a picture of you watching Youth Connect. It would be so awesome to see a picture of that. But other than that, guys, I hope that you have a great weekend. And this is the end of our Youth Connect. Goodbye, guys. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
guys.
See
Goodbye.
you guys
Take care.
next
Bye.
week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.